Hi, this is Dr. Ben Moshe welcoming you to Disability Studies 3030 Disability Culture. I want to tell you a little bit about the course and some logistics around the course, what to expect, what we will be exploring, and what we will not be exploring. So, first of all, let's think a little bit about the name of the course, Disability Culture, which is the main focus of this class. What do we think about when we think about culture? What makes something into a culture? And you can think here about your own personal cultural heritage. It could be African American culture, Italian culture, student culture. What makes something into a culture? So these are some of the questions we will be exploring. Can people with disabilities have a distinct culture? And if so, what will be the characteristic of this culture? We will explore particular cultures within disabilities culture, such as deaf culture, the culture of people who are deaf, med pride, the culture of people who sometimes we call mentally ill, crip culture, neurodiversity, and other forms of disability culture. What we will not explore in this course is any component that looks at disability, trying to define it, trying to cure it, trying to diagnose it, basically trying to look at it as a deficit or a lack or a label. We will look through the lens of this course at disability as an identity. So basically it's a course that looks at disability from the inside out and also explores visual representations of disability in popular culture, particularly in film and on TV. What you see here is the Blackboard site for the course. And this might be a little bit different in your view. There's a start page that says start here. This gives you all the information you need regarding the course and also advice, for instance, about restructuring your time. So one of the things that I say here is that regular face-to-face courses usually meet for 15 weeks, which is about 45 instructional hours, but we're only meeting for 6 weeks, which is about 7.5 instructional hours per week. So this is what I expect you to attend this class, is about 7.5 instructional hours, and that does not include necessarily the time that it takes you to read the materials or watch the films, which could take any additional 5 to 7 hours per week. So I want you to think very carefully if this is a course that you can take and plan your week accordingly in relation to that. On the left side, there are tabs such as the syllabus, which if you click on that, you will get to a page that talks about the kind of the nitty-gritty, the specific, the course objectives, the overview, what the work week is about, and also the required text, which is for this course a book called Cryptiques, and it's a book that you can purchase online or you can download as a free PDF, and I give you here the link to that. Anything else is on Blackboard. Any other readings, all of the films, everything is on this particular Blackboard site. And in order to access that, you go to modules. And there are 6 different modules for the 6 different topics and the 6 different weeks. When you click on a module, there will be tabs such as a lecture, readings, the schedule, and each week will have an introduction that will tell you what you're doing this week and the kind of assessments you will have each week. I want to go back for a second to the syllabus just to talk to you about your assignments for this class. You will post 6 weekly discussion on the discussion board, and this will be in response to my prompts. Some weeks will have more than one thread. You will respond to each thread, and you will also respond to your fellow students. There's also a presentation components, and there will be a different guidelines in relation to that. In the presentation, you will learn how to upload your own presentation on the topic of disability culture and disability representation. And you will caption the video, you will upload it to the discussion board. And then there's a final paper. And these are all the components of what you're going to be graded on. So it's 6 weekly discussion board participation, presentation, which is 1 presentation, and then a presentation in the first week of class, and that I'll talk about it in a minute, and a final paper, which is the last thing that you will do for this class. For the weekly participation, each time that you post on that forum, so not each thread, but each forum, is 9% of your grade. So please plan accordingly. If you write things like, "Oh, I thought the readings were great," in response to a question, or you write just a few sentences, if you write about your fellow classmates' post to say, "I totally agree," these are not substantial comments. This will not give you the 9% that you need. So please plan accordingly and make your contribution very substantial. The presentation is worth 20%, and the final paper is worth 26%. In your first week of class, which is hopefully now, you will also post an introduction video, and the introduction video is just a way for you to tell your fellow classmates who you are. So it will be a very short video, but hopefully when posting this video you will also be introduced to how to create a video, how to post it, so by the time the 5th week comes around and you need to do your presentation, you should have no problem technically doing that as well. So I hope I piqued your interest into what is disability culture, what is disability studies, can people with disability have their own culture, and if I have, then let's begin the course.